Hey guys, it's Skulk3 and welcome to part 3 of Let's Play The Longest Journey. In the last part, we finished our dream and got knocked off a cliff by a giant ball of... When I say ball, giant glob of death. In this part, we're just going to talk a little bit with our friend Fiona here.
Hello, darling.
Fiona, if you do not recall, is our landlady. And really, you don't need to talk to her.
Can I
Unless
ask you a few
you want
questions?
to find out a bit of exposition.
Why, certainly, darling.
It's also a bit weird, because it says, like, tell me about Emma, for example, and I'm not going to ask her about that, because I can just tell you. But essentially, Emma is April's best friend, and we'll come across her later. No, first, I'm just going to ask her about the border house.
Can you tell me something about the border house? That's one of my favourite topics, darling. What precisely do you want to know?
I don't think you particularly need to know this information, but I just want to...
What inspired the name
in
border
case you want to know.
That came quite naturally when we saw the place. It's on the border between two worlds, isn't it? Between Venice and the city itself. And at the same time, I also believe we're on the border between two more abstract worlds. Between art and spirit on the one hand, and science and technology on the other.
You have no idea how right you are.
Yes, I've practiced. I may be an inner city girl, but I can philosophize and bullshit with the best of them.
Both very useful skills to have. And Mickey, if you're wondering,
thanks for the information.
Or if you did not catch on
I could
earlier,
help you out, darling.
is Fiona's partner. Fiona, if you talk to her, enough,
I don't have any
you find out that Fiona
right now.
is kind of a sex
Don't
pot.
hesitate asking if there's something else you want to know.
She does like to talk about what
See
she
you
and
later, Fiona.
Mickey get up to.
Have fun, darling.
Just, you know, in the bedroom. So, yes, if you want to find out that information, though, go and get the game and play it. If you come up to the notice board...
Be considerate. Keep the volume down after 11 p.m. Fiona.
Well, yeah, it's very important to do. Make sure your neighbours don't get pissed off with you. You don't need to do this right now, however, there is a pink note on the notice board, which you want to take with you and examine.
Found. A gold ring under the common room sofa. If it's yours, let me know. But no false claims, please. Fiona.
So, yes.
I did lose a gold ring a few weeks ago. I hope this is the one. I'll have to ask Fiona about it.
It is indeed our very
Pizza
ring.
and movie night, Monday, July 31st. BYOS. BYO what? Soap?
I think it means sausages. In any case, if you hand the pink note to Fiona...
I saw this note on the corkboard. I think the ring might belong to me.
I'm sorry I have to ask, but could you describe the ring?
Sure thing. It says Sweet 16. My dad gave it to me. I think it was the only birthday of mine he remembered, or at least acknowledged.
Yes, that's the one. I found it under the sofa when I was vacuuming. Here you are, darling.
Thanks. It's not worth much, but it's got a certain sentimental value for me.
It's a very pretty ring.
Yeah, it is. My dad never gave me anything pretty before or since. He must have won a poker game or something that day. You know what's strange? I don't hate him. He's a bastard and he treated me like crap almost every single day of my life. But I don't hate him. I feel sorry for him.
Why?
Because he doesn't know how to love. He can't love anybody or anything. And because he'll be miserable every second of every minute of every day until the day he dies. God, I'm glad that life is behind me. I hope I never have to see him again. No, that doesn't sound right. I've made a choice not to see him again. Ever.
It's quite terrible when you get to the point in relationships with your family that you decide never to see them again. I mean, if you just happen not to ever see them, that's another thing. That's just life getting in the way. But if you get to the point where you decide actively, I don't want to meet this person, then it's really quite tragic. Now, one thing we can do, and I'm just going to do it because we're here, and I might as well, is we have a machine here which controls the water. I think we can do this now. I'm pretty sure I have everything I need, because we don't need much, you just need the ring. Use the ring on these
I hope
cables.
it doesn't melt or anything.
And then we can start fiddling with this machine.
It's alive!
Which is always a good idea, right? Now this little red light indicates which which of these bars you are manipulating. Oh no, which one you aren't manipulating. And the screw on the right... Okay, hang on. So this is the right screw, this is the left screw. That doesn't make much sense. But essentially what you want to do... I haven't like practiced the solution if you can't guess. But what you want to do is get all of these lined up and facing the right. Or pointing horizontally, I mean. And yeah, I think I screwed this up vaguely. Oh, I'm very close. Okay. Hang on, let me think. Is there a way to do this? Not neatly. Okay, I'm just gonna cut ahead until I've done it. There we go. Okay, so once you have all of those going to the right, you can...
What a mystifying contraption, and completely absurd. What are all these valves and wheels and thingamajigs for? What grand purpose does it all serve?
I'm not even entirely sure. I know it has something to do with the water flow. In any case... Oh, I've realised something I forgot to do... Oh, wait, no, I have to come back later anyway. Never mind. So yes, once you've got the power running, you can turn this valve, which lowers the pressure. When you lower the pressure, you can turn this wheel, which turns off the water flow.
The tank's empty.
So that used to all contain water. And then once that's empty, you can take this clamp with you.
Mystifying.
You then want to take your ring with you.
I'm not leaving my gold ring. Somebody's going to have to replace that cable eventually.
If you try to leave without taking the ring, April will just go, "No, I've got to go. I've got to take the ring back with me." And much like Guybrush's eye, I don't remember why we need this clamp. All I know is we need it. And here's another colourful character.
Oye, señorita.
Yes?
How are you this morning, señorita bonita?
Busy.
I see. Everyone's busy today. You have a big show coming up soon, yes?
That's right. Gotta run. I'll see you around.
Sunshine and pretty señoritas give an old man like me the blues. I like my days cold and rainy.
Same here, man.
In fact, I think I prefer the world to be in black and white.
Not quite that far.
Like an old movie.
Like all good movies.
I don't know, have you seen The Hunger Games?
Tell me, señorita Ryan.
It's a pretty good movie.
How would you describe your perfect day?
I think April likes... I think she likes cold and rainy days as well.
Like yours.
Está bien. We are alike, you and I. But this heat is not why you are unhappy, no? You are troubled by nightmares.
What?
You are afraid of them. You even fear your dreams may be real.
Who
God,
told you
he's in
about
our
my
mind.
nightmares?
No one. I can tell from looking into your eyes. I see the ghosts that haunt you.
Oh, great. First nightmares and now
I don't know
ghosts.
who you've been talking to, but from now on, stay the hell away from me in my personal life.
No puedo, señorita Ryan. You have a destiny.
Destiny? I don't care what you think. Just leave me alone.
If you don't face them, I'm afraid your nightmares will continue. Soon they will appear to you even when you're awake.
You need some serious help, you know that?
We all do, April. That's the reason we are here, you and me.
That's it. I don't have to listen to this.
Perdóname. I've upset you. We didn't think you'd react this way. I hope we can talk again soon.
I don't think so, no.
Please, think about it. And señorita, cuidado. Be careful.
I can no longer look at the word cuidado without laughing a bit. Because on, yeah, by the way, this guy's called Cortez. He's kind of mysterious. As you saw. Right, Minnie. So that's a little preview of the sort of world in which April Ryan currently lives. But anyway, I can't see the word cuidado without laughing a little bit because it's on quite a lot of wet floor signs. With the little guy slipping on water and with his arms flailing. And it says cuidado. And now there's an in-joke between me and my sister in which we imagine that he's yelling that as he falls. Cuidado! I don't know, it makes me laugh. Probably doesn't make anyone else, but all I can say is Cuidado has now been ruined for me. If I ever learn Spanish, I'm just gonna be giggling if anyone once that word comes up. Anyway, so there are quite a few places you could explore, but I think I'm just going to take us to the direct route of where we want to go, because we're going to be seeing everything eventually anyway. And the start of our journey is the VAVA. Remember I mentioned that before? The Venice Academy of Visual Arts. The VAVA.
Big surprise. I'm still here.
I was trying to look at the notice board, April, but you know what? That's fine.
It's the official VAVA notice board. Only registered students are allowed to put notices up here.
I don't think there's any necessary notes to read, but there are some funny ones.
The annual VAVA summer exhibit, August 11th through 18th. God, I'm actually expected to be ready by then.
Yeah, that's kinda how things work.
Bishop and Anne-Marie. He's a photography student. She's in my life study class. Nice couple.
I don't think you can talk to them, can you?
No, I've got too much to do right now.
I'm too busy to talk to these lowlifes. So yes, April is, as I believe we established before, is in a bit of a rush to get an art project done for that exhibition which is taking place soon. I'm not sure what the actual date is in the game at the moment.
Olaf's on a roll. Again. Does that guy ever run out of inspiration or energy? Must be the cold Norwegian winters. Nothing else to do but paint.
I get the feeling that that might be the case for people, like the artists behind this game. Because...
Nice. Very Van Goghish, with just a hint of Munch.
I think there's, if memory serves, there's quite a bit of sort of artistic inside knowledge here. So obviously there's a lot of very beautiful backgrounds and character designs and things like that. So obviously they're very artistic
Why would somebody
people.
toss out a perfect...
So I imagine
work
maybe
glove
they
with
also
just
spent the cold
one
Norwegian
big hole
winters
in it?
inside painting.
What a terrible, terrible waste.
Honestly, it's only a tiny, tiny puncture that takes up most of
It's
the
a
glove.
rubber glove, but it's pretty useless with that big hole in it.
Don't worry, we'll fix that later. When we... Okay, we're coming up to 13 minutes, so I'll go upstairs. But I won't do anything beyond... Well... Okay, here's something I just want to point out. You see this enormous holler sculpture here? I just want to know what the first thing people think of when they see this. Personally, I think it's pretty obviously looks like a dragon. That might just be me, but...
Emma's really good with the holosculptor, and her imagination is so vivid. Good thing we're best friends, or I might be jealous.
So yes, this was made by April's best friend Emma, and if you look at it again...
It's Emma's contribution to the exhibition. I have no idea what it is, and neither, apparently, does she. But it looks absolutely beautiful.
But I find it so weird that there's two people who look at this, and the idea of dragon doesn't even slightly cross their minds. I mean, it doesn't look like it could be much else to me. Oh well, April's just going to stand there scratching her head in confusion. And she'll be doing that until I come back on Monday with the next part of Let's Play The Longest Journey. I will see you guys then. Goodbye.